Let's bring in Oklahoma Senator James Lankford. Senator, great to see you. The same people who said that climate change was going to kill everybody. I digress.
Yeah, that's pretty classy. That's
right.
Pretty classy, isn't it?
I think that it's reeks of desperation, Senator. But he mentioned, Senator Chuck Schumer mentioned health care. And I was trying to think of, you have to ask the question, what are the stakes for the Democrats? And they don't care about the missed paychecks. They don't care about people losing their government jobs. They care about the superhighway to single-payer government health care. And that requires the restoration of the handouts to the able-bodied and the illegal aliens that the Republicans removed in the One Big Beautiful Bill, and it also requires the expansion and extension of that $500 billion that is going to wealthier people in those supersized Obamacare subsidies. So that's what's at stake for them. And of course, Chuck Schumer's job.
Yeah, it's really about Chuck Schumer's job more than anything else. They're trying to show that they're in the resistance here and he can help lead the resistance against President Trump. The hard part is everybody scratching their head and saying, what in the world? When we get to September each year, if we're not done, we just extend current status quo, keep negotiating until we get it done. But this year they've determined, let's shut the whole thing down. They've asked for $1.5 trillion to keep the government open for a few weeks of all these healthcare policies, unwinding the One Big Beautiful Bill. They want to. They literally, in their proposal, want to take away $50 billion from rural healthcare hospitals. All of our rural hospitals are saying, please, we need the help right now. They literally take that away while they're saying we're trying to save healthcare, while they take away $50 billion. And on top of that, they're trying to extend a subsidy that they created just during COVID to say we need to do above and beyond. So they're now saying we want to make that a forever COVID subsidy. By the way, COVID's not around like it was before. This doesn't need to be a COVID plus up subsidy. It's just another way to try to make affordable their Affordable Care Act that they know is not affordable. So I don't want to take away pay for our troops, which is what they're doing right now, so they can plus up Obamacare for a select few.
Senator, I'm seeing, deals maybe coming together. They're talking about doing like a year-long extension on those supersized Obamacare subsidies that you just mentioned. I don't know, I guess to get enough people together to open the government. That really bothers me because I think you do a year-long extension. What's the next thing you do? Another year-long extension, another one. So do you think Republicans here in the House or, I don't know, in the Senate are going to crack on this stuff? Or do you think they've got the backbone to hang tough?
Yeah, number one, the House is not even in session to even vote on something like this. The only way to open the government right now is just to do a clean continuing resolution, which is not some crazy Republican proposal. This is a typical way, if you're going to keep negotiating, just to maintain the status quo while you're negotiating. That is the only way to open the government right now. If Democrats want to negotiate on something else, all these healthcare policies are very complicated. We're not going to do that during a closed down time period. So you can open the government or you can leave it closed, which is what they're currently doing on that. Second thing is, we don't need to extend COVID era subsidies and just keep throwing money at the Affordable Care Act and things suddenly becomes affordable because the taxpayer is paying billions and billions of dollars more into that. That's throwing money down a hole on this. Let's actually fix healthcare. That's a much longer conversation by actually going back to fix the Affordable Care Act and all the government controls that they put in that are literally driving up the cost for everybody.
Senator, is there actually a Republican who's willing to vote for the subsidies even for a year? And I just want to point out, these supersized Obamacare subsidies were passed when COVID was over. That was in 2021. We had a vaccine and the economy was booming and the economy was opened when this was passed. So no Republican should ever vote for these subsidies. I hope they know that.
Yeah, no Republican voted for them the first time.
Right.
And so now to be able to look at it now, I think there's this threat that are out there saying, hey, insurance rates are going up. By the way, health insurance rates are going up because Obamacare and its structure is driving up the cost of health care for everybody. What Democrats are saying is, hey, there's a select group that get a special subsidies. We want them to be protected, but the rest of the country, we don't care about. We're not watching for. We as Republicans are looking at the entire country and saying what actually needs to be done to be able to bring down the cost of health care for everybody, not just targeting a select group that Democrats want to be able to do. So, no, I don't think the subsidies are a good idea. Plus, the fact these subsidies are unlimited caps for any income level. Somebody who makes $500,000 a year could get these subsidies. And they made zero premium at the bottom, which has dramatically increased the fraud for this. So this is a big issue.
Right. So that family who earns $600,000 and gets this supersized subsidy gets to take an expensive vacation. And somebody who doesn't receive it, you know, is just a hump and a schlump. Right. So no on the subsidy, Senator. Great to see you. Always.
No, I get it. There's a million other problems with that. We got to be able to fix this. Let's get the government open first.
Amen.
Got it. Thanks, Senator.